Welcome to the New Earth Radio, a frequency your soul has been waiting for. Tune in, rise up, and remember who you are. Hello, and welcome to the New Earth Radio. Probably at this moment, you still think that caring about others and the way that you care about others is because you are a good person, because you're very empathetic, because you have a lot of feelings. But I'm gonna explain to you that it's quite the opposite. Just hear me out today. Just hear me out, because I do believe that if you understand the next things I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna shift your reality. It's gonna free your mind. It's gonna be so good for you. So just please hang on. I promise it's gonna be worth it. The biggest reason why I always stopped doing things in my life is because I always think about what would others say, or when I wanted to start something, even when I wanted to get a tattoo, I would ask, what do you think about it? I would ask my friends, I would ask my family, what do you think about getting the tattoo? And when somebody said like, no, it's not a good idea, I would not do it, then I was like, okay, maybe it's not a good idea. And I would revisit the idea of getting a tattoo and maybe just not get one. And I did it with everything in my life, because everything depended in my life on how others would perceive me. And it's not something I did consciously. It's not that like I woke up and I was like, oh, everything I'm going to do today, I'm going to think about how everybody will think about it. Haven't you had a moment that you had like the coolest outfit ever, or very beautiful, and then you put it on and you think, yeah, I'm going to wear it, and then suddenly a doubt came in, like, is this not too much? How do I look like when I'm wearing this? Will others perceive me when I'm wearing this? Will they think that I'm too much? Or even when I was on a party and I was talking with a lot of people, I was laughing, and then a doubt creeped in my mind, like, oh, am I taking too much space? Are people thinking I'm too loud? So it went into the smallest things. And I always thought like, yeah, I'm just a very caring person. I always care about how people feel around me. I always want people to feel comfortable around me. So I thought that was really the reason why I always considered everybody's opinions and feelings. I just thought I was a very caring person. But the reality is that it's quite the opposite. I was thinking that the world revolved around me. I believed unconsciously that the world revolved around me. Let me explain to you why I say this, and why this kind of caring is ego-driven. It just means that you think that the world revolves around you. Because think about this. How many times have you noticed yourself that if somebody says something like, oh, whatever they tell about themselves, you always think about, oh, what does it say about me? Like maybe they're saying like, no, I always work hard and I don't care. I'm happy about it. And you think like, was I complaining then? Did I complain about being unhappy about working a lot? No, okay, it's okay. Or when somebody says like, I think it's not okay that you dress like with a miniskirt, or they just show too much cleavage, and you're like immediately like, okay, the next time I will not wear cleavage, or will not wear a skirt. So when people tell things about themselves, and probably you also feel jealousy, envy, because everything somebody else tells about themselves, you take it personally. You bring it back to you, like, what does it say about me? How does it make me feel? This is also why you think you are caring, like when you choose to behave a certain way and you think you do it because you want to make people feel comfortable. It's not true. You want to control the narrative they have over you. You want to control how they perceive you, because you don't do it to make them feel comfortable. That's not what you're afraid of. You're afraid of coming home and thinking people don't like you. People think you are too much. People think you are not pleasant to be around. So it's all about you. And we get stuck into thinking we care so much for people and it makes us a good person. So that's the whole cycle your ego sits in. I care a lot about people because I'm a good person, so I cannot stop doing this because it will make me a bad person. But the truth is, it's not true. You're not doing it because you think you're a good person. It's just your ego. It's saying it to you because he wants to keep you in this cycle. The truth behind it is because you're afraid. You're afraid if you don't have this version of you, if you don't keep other people happy, you will end up alone. Nobody will like you. You will end up alone. And it's, of course, normal that we are scared of it because it's a survival instinct in our brain that we have to live in communities. Our brain wants to do that for survival because so many thousand years ago, you had to be in a community to survive. Somebody went for food, somebody went to hunt. You had to have that. So it's still an instinct. So you think you care about people too much, and you care so much about what everybody thinks because you're such a caring person. But in all honesty, it's because you think the world revolves around you. You wake up, you walk down the street and you think, what are people thinking about me? What are people thinking about me, how I dress? What are people thinking about how I look? When you sit on a party and somebody says something, you think, oh, how do they perceive me? Everything revolves around you. Everything. And I'm not saying this to be mean because I had the same too. This is a programming that a lot of people have. So first of all, you have to understand this. You really have to understand this. And when you do understand this, you can go to the second part. If you understand that the only reason that you care so much is because you make it all about you, now you can shift from it. Because in the first instant, you did it because you thought it made you a good person. I understand that. It's okay. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good person. I think it's very normal. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good person. But now you're aware that that's not the reason. You can step aside and think like, okay, why am I doing this? What's happening here? In round 2, you understand that everybody in their life is just thinking like that. Everybody is thinking the same. Everybody thinks that the world revolves around them. Everybody walks down the street and thinks, is everybody watching me? Is everybody looking at me? What do they think about my clothes? That's round 2, understanding that everybody thinks like this. Everybody is constantly busy with thinking, what does it make me? How does it make me? And I see so many friendships that people are overgiving and giving, and then they expect so much back because they're not giving out of a caring place. They act like it's caring because it's programmed and they believe it, but they give out of a place like, how do you perceive me? How do you perceive me if I give this? So you have to act now like I want you to perceive me, and if you don't give me now what I expect you to give me after I did all those things, then I'm hurt because now you're not a good person. So it's all so ego-driven. It's not real. It's just a mask of your programming that's keeping you from being real. Because let's be honest, you're not being yourself. You're doing all those things to please others, to be seen in a certain way, and then at the end, when you're seen as that person, you don't feel seen because nobody sees the real you, because you never show the real you, because you're scared to show the real you. This is why ego work is so important, understanding how your programming works, understanding your behaviors, because as you can see, you just got trapped into being a version of yourself that's always overgiving, that's always giving too much, thinking that will make you a good person, but in the end it was all ego-driven, and it doesn't make you a good person. It makes you a person that expects a lot from other people now, and it feels empty at the end of the day because it's not authentic, it's not real. You're just doing it for validation. And now that you understand that, also understand and see when people do the same with you. When people start giving me things or doing things for me out of ego-driven places, I don't feel propelled, I don't feel forced to be a good person back. Or, I don't mean it like that. I am a good person. I think I am a good person. I am always good for all the people that I see. For I love animals, I love children. But this is one thing I really don't do anymore. If somebody is like over giving and doing a lot for me, it's nice. You can do, if that feels good for you, do you. But I don't feel, because they do it, I don't feel like the instant need to give something back. I only give back what for me feels good to give back. So I am honest with myself. This is the way I think right now, and I teach my clients the same. Like, you are this person. Your authentic version needs this, wants this, has this. And that's just you. Good or bad, that's just you. Let's take good or bad let's put good and bad on the side, because it's also so subjective for everybody. Good and bad is different. It depends on your values at this moment. So let's not talk about that. But this is me. This is my version. I have needs. I have wants. And if I have a friendship in my life, a lot of people are still so close off to our own emotions. Just like I explained to you, a lot of people don't understand why they do what they do. They just thought like, oh, this is what I learned. I'm not going to use my critical mind and think about it. Nobody taught us that. Nobody taught us to use our critical mind. It's just like, this is the truth. Okay, if this is the truth, why would I think about it? But if you start thinking about these things, you will also notice a lot. I'll notice this in friendships, even when I was dating, and people behaved on a certain way that I don't think I deserved. Maybe a friend was always talking about herself and she never really asked me how I was doing, or not sincere. Or maybe I was on a date and the guy always made so many promises but never put any action to it. Before, I thought it was so important to show them I am worthy. I am worthy for you to be a good friend. So I started to tell them, no, please, why don't you ever ask me how I'm doing? Or with a guy, I'm like, why don't you keep your promises? You try to prove yourself, like, you try to prove yourself so they see your worth. They see you're worthy. But now, when you shift into that authentic version and you stop constantly thinking the world revolves around you, you're like, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares what I do, because everybody's thinking about themselves. And I'm going to be myself. And of course, some of the people won't like it. But I'm just going to be myself, because I don't want to be this version of me that's not real, just for my own ego. And at the end of the day, my ego does this to me to keep me safe, but the same safety is keeping me away from who I truly am. And then I feel empty. And because I feel empty, I start looking for validation with other people. And I start, when they treat me bad, I start wanting to prove, like, no, treat me good, I'm worthy. So no. No. So I'm gonna be who I really am. And if you start like being so honest with yourself, I'm only gonna do what feels good, you will also notice that when people treat you a way that you don't like, you stop explaining yourself. Now I'm like, oh, you don't ever listen to me? You're not interested? If you're not interested, I'm so interesting, I think. So if you're not interested in who I am, then I'm not interested in you, because I don't want somebody in my life, in my energy, my precious energy, where I worked so hard for all those years. You think you just can come in and sit here in my energy and enjoy it without having the bare minimum of things I would feel as normal that I have towards you, that I feel towards you, how I would treat you? If you don't have that for me, it's not that it makes you a bad person, but you're just not the kind of person that I want in this precious energy, because this energy is sacred. And you come in and in your mind, your actions tell me that you think I'm less worthy than what I think I'm worthy of. So I cannot get you here and make me my energy up. I can't accept it. So I don't even try to explain it. I'm just like, sorry, I'm stopping the contact, or maybe I tell them and then I stop the contact, or when I'm dating somebody, I don't try and explain it. I'm just like, whoa, I'm not trying to explain it. I'm just like, I don't care, you know? I don't care. If your words don't fit your actions, I don't care. You're just not welcome here anymore. So leave, close the door and come back. Maybe one day if I'm still open to it, if you get my interest back, but see that your words and your actions align, because this ain't working. When you stop caring out of ego-driven places for everybody, thinking the world revolves around you, and constantly seeing yourself as too empathetic, too caring, then you also stop caring about what other people think. Then you stop caring about everything, what everybody says, what everybody thinks, because you're more aligned with who you are and you understand how it works. And that's when the magic happens. Oh my God, that's when the magic happens. I cannot explain you how awesome that is. Before, I was like, sometimes I went to sleep and I felt guilty. I always felt guilty, you know. I always felt guilty. There was always something to feel guilty of. And if I didn't have a reason, I would find one. I would scan the whole day and think about, like, what was the moment that I did something wrong here? And I would feel guilty about it. But now, this week I was sitting in my bed and I thought, how much free space did there come in my life just because I stopped caring about everybody around me. I stopped caring about how they perceive me. I just stopped caring because I don't care anymore. Everybody on the street, I don't care. I don't care about other people. I care about my clients. I care about their transformation. I care about the people who are dear to me, because they would never treat me in a way that I don't deserve. But the moment somebody treats me in a way that I don't deserve, they come on the other pile of don't care anymore. It's not my responsibility to make you understand how to treat somebody. It's not my responsibility to make you understand how to keep this friendship. It's not my responsibility to make you understand what I see as the bare minimum. I was not always like this, and I didn't always see it as a bare minimum. I had to grow. I had to evolve. So if you did not evolve and grow to the level that I am now at this point in my life, then I cannot welcome you here. And there are also so many levels above me, and if I would meet somebody that's there, I would understand that they're like, no, Leila, you're not welcome at my energy yet, because you have to do the work to come here. Because the moment you let somebody in that didn't do the work that you did, you're constantly confronted in the energy of that they say, like, no, maybe you have big dreams, and they're like, that ain't gonna happen. Or maybe you're making things happen, you're happy, you're proud of yourself, and you feel the jealousy, the envy. That's not good for you. It's not about ego-driven looking for people who are at your level. It's not an ego-driven thing. It's about giving your soul what it needs, giving your heart what it needs, because you worked so hard to get here. Then I started to understand that nobody cares about you. Nobody really cares about you. And the people that do care about you treat you good. So why would I care about what everybody's thinking about me? Why would I care? Why would I care? When I walk down the street, I do what I want. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care. And if your opinion is bad about me and I don't know me, you in the first place don't have good intentions about me and for me. So why would I care? Why would you care? There are so many people in the world. Do you think everybody loves you and cares for you and wants the best for you? No! Most of them don't. Because the people that I don't know, I don't wish nobody bad, but I don't care if you have it good either. I don't wish nobody harm or pain, but if you are super successful, I don't care. I don't care. Not in a way like, I don't support anybody. No, I wish you the best. Really have the best life that you can have. But in my life has nothing to do with yours. I don't care. I'm not thinking about you. And the people who are busy judging you, they're taking their time, their precious energy and time, to talk bad about you. How low is their frequency? How low is their mindset that not only they use their time to be busy with others, but to be negative about others who don't care about them. Okay, I'm a little passionate about this topic, I can show myself today because I stopped caring. I can be myself today because I stopped caring. And I've never been as loving as I am. I've never been as soft as I am now. I'm such a soft person. I cry every day. I'm happy. I want cuddles. I love love. I'm such a soft person. And the people that are able to come close to me, in my environment, in my energy, because they're just in the same mindset and everything, they would always describe me as a very soft, loving person that wants the best for everyone around me, and I will do my best to give them the best too. But the moment you treat me in a way that I think that's not okay, you get on the I don't care pile. It's like in a second. And when you're there, probably you'll see me as somebody who's cold-hearted, as somebody that has no feelings. I'm retracting my energy. I'm taking all my energy. Not everybody needs to see this full version of you that's so caring. You can be that version. You can be overgiving. You can be super caring. You can be sensitive. That's all okay. Not everybody deserves to be spoiled by you. Not everybody deserves it. I can keep going about this topic, but I think it's clear for today. I hope this helped you. I hope my ranting about caring and why it's not important and how it's ego-driven made you see some things differently, maybe made some changes in you. I hope so. I really hope so, because this is why I'm doing this. So if it did, let me know. I wish you the best. Bye-bye. Mwah. Did this transmission resonate with you? Then subscribe to the New Earth Radio. Every Sunday at 11, we air a new frequency. Stay in line, stay awakened. See you soon.